Good morning, folks. We are going to be harvesting honey today. Figured we'd document it for everybody to be able to see. Going to be running two different cameras so that you can kind of see the entire process from my side and also from just a general view. Last night we put a bee escape board on, which is this board right here, and so welcome to our bee harvest today. We are about to harvest this top box right here, and we started yesterday by putting the bee escape board on, which is this board right here, and that will cause the bees to want to evacuate the top part of the hive. We're going to crack it open this morning and see how successful we were in getting the bees to get out of our space so that we can harvest their honey and steal from them. So first impression I have is that there are very few bees in the top cover. There's probably 6 or 7 of them walking around. Probably means that the evacuation of the box was not as successful as I'd like it to be, but that's not the worst thing in the world. So looking at it on first glance, there's probably 40 or 50 bees in here, best guess, but last night there were thousands of bees in here. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to pull out a frame, and we're going to take a look at it and probably harvest the outermost frame and most of the frames, but we'll do a quick little inspection to see what we've got and keep our girls moving away. This one is pretty heavy, and as you can see, it is almost fully capped with honey on one side and on the other side. So we will set it on the outer stand, and we'll move to the inside a bit more. And yesterday, when I was doing this and just inspecting them prior to harvest, there were thousands upon thousands of bees in here. So this one is partly capped, but I'm thinking it's not capped enough that I want to harvest it. So what I'm going to do is set it aside in this box over here, and I'm going to put it back in the other honey super that we already have on top, underneath this first box. And so that is one that we will give them back to keep working on. Again, there are still very few bees in here compared to yesterday, so brushing them off and getting them moving elsewhere won't be a big deal. This one is about 80% capped, so I think we're going to take it and run with it. Looks like we have only 2 girls that did not make it, so that one is definitely one that we are going to take. Next frame over is looking pretty good, and it looks like we're going to take it too. We'll see what the other side of it looks like. So it's pretty amazing how effective the board was in getting all the bees to leave. There are very few bees left in here. So yeah, there's another one that is almost fully capped. We are going to take it as well. The next frame over, it's pretty obvious, you can see that they had just started in on it, and there's not a whole lot that's happening with it, so we will definitely put it back in the lower box once we're finished, for them to keep building it out. More so than it was last week, but not nearly as full. The next frame over is pretty well capped out. Debating whether to give it back to them or not, but we'll see. See what the next 2 look like. This one's pretty heavy. It is probably about half capped, So I'm thinking we're not going to take that one off. We're going to give that back to him. So I think we may only end up harvesting 4 frames. But the last frame over, is almost fully capped, and we are definitely going to take that one. So I'm going to put these back in here, and this is what we're going to take off, and then we will take them over and we will do our best to get the bees off of it. So let's see, do I really want to take this guy? See, yeah, I think we can wait on him. He's really fully capped on one side, but not so much on the other side. So
don't put him back.
We're going to leave him behind. Now I will put these 3 frames back in after brushing off a few bees. I think there's a few girls that were on the verge of death that did not actually make it out of the super. But of course they all have a fairly short life. Last one is got just 1 or 2 on it, so we'll brush them off. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this box and we're going to take it over.
Take the frame all the way on your left you didn't brush off.
Yeah, I know. I haven't gotten to it yet.
Okay.
There's a bunch of bees in the box as it stands right now. So. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll lift this box off of the escape board. And we're going to carry it over. And then we'll deal with what bees are left. There's probably no more than 20 of them.